It felt more like a queue to start the race. I think when I got there, it took me about half an hour to get from where I was to the starting line. So it let the nerves build up. I'd rather have just got there and started running and not had to think about it. The first few miles, like everyone said, I didn't even notice. It was just a feeling of accomplishment before I'd actually finished the race, that I was there, and it felt quite easy. Up until the 10th mile, it was more of a glide. Everyone was out on their front lawns and on their cars and in their windows, just cheering everyone on, and it felt fairly easy. It wasn't until about the 14th, 15th mile when it got really difficult. Not only for me, but it was difficult seeing people struggle around me as well. Okay, I had a bit of an incident at mile 14 when I had an injury, but decided to keep going. And the last 12 miles were pretty difficult, but I felt it was worth it in the end to finish and get that medal. Between miles 2 and 5, I was overtaken by two guys dressed as a bus, and I was pretty embarrassed about that. But when I finished and I asked a couple of the other racers, like, word had gotten round that they finished the race in like 4 hours, so it wasn't too embarrassing to be beaten by them. And I think mile 5, this is what got me through the first part of the race. There was a guy he seemed to be walking in jeans and a shirt, and I thought, Jesus Christ, like, what's this guy doing? And I overtook him and I had a look at his chest, and he wasn't wearing a sticker. He was just some guy who'd wandered onto the race and was just waving to the crowd. Mile 20 was pretty special because I thought, okay, I've done the first two big milestones now, and I've got to finish. And then at mile 24, I literally, I could barely feel my legs anymore. My hamstring was just flapping around like a fish. And I saw my family, like, just sitting by the boardwalk on mile 24. And my sisters kind of ran the last 2 miles with me, or as far as they could anyway. That was pretty special. Crossing the finish line is literally every inch the feeling you think it's going to be. It's not anticlimactic. It's not drawn out. It's fantastic. It's the best. I finished at about 6 hours, I think. I remember limping / jogging slower than people were walking, but I still wanted to finish. But yeah, I finished. I walked to the area where they take the tracking chip off your laces, and the woman was just like, "Excuse me, are you all right?" And I looked down and I was just holding back the tears. I was like, "Yep, I'm absolutely fine. I just need to get out of here as quick as possible." It was a feeling of elation, but more so it was a feeling of massive relief.